Welcome back to Teshkid FX for another price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you a price prediction update on Vechain, whose current price stands at the $0.02369 mark, and here on TradingView the market is down by 1.04%. and in this video I want to give you the key scenarios that I expect to play out, basing my analysis on the Elliot waves and the Fibonacci's, and also the key areas of support and resistances, and also draw out the key chart patterns that you have information on this chart. And I'll kickstart the video by giving a brief of what has been happening on this chart. Vechain from the all-time high has been seeing lower prices in this massive ABC corrective movement, which has now taken us back to around the $0.02 mark. And starting my analysis here on the daily chart, after making our low down there, we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side, managed to break above key areas of resistances, but at the key area of resistance at around the $0.03362 mark we got rejected, and we are seeing a massive pullback to the lower side. Jumping to the 4-hour chart for further analysis. Here on the 4-hour chart, after making our low down there, we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side in a movement that I was terming as an Elliot wave structure, having that as the wave 1, then a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4, then expected a movement to the upper side in the formation of a wave 5 to complete a higher Elliot wave count 1, but that movement got invalidated the moment our wave 4 over here retraced into the high of that first wave over there. And having done so, I had to remove my Elliot wave structure and view this movement to the upper side as something else, and the only way we can view it as is just a massive ABC corrective movement that was correcting that impulsive movement that gave us a low at around the $0.02 mark. And having made the high for that ABC corrective movement, whatever we expect on this other side is the formation of a 5-wave structure, and that would mean maybe we might get a new low here on the Vechain chart. And we have started to see a breakdown to the lower side in this Elliot wave structure, having that as the wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and then completed the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 1 through the formation of a wave 5, which gave us a low at around the $0.021 mark. And starting with the long-term scenarios that can play out over here, after seeing the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 1, whatever we expect is the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 2, and because a wave 2 is a retracement of the first wave, we can use the Fibonacci's, connecting them from the high of the wave 1 to the low of that wave 1, and that gives me a minimum target area to the upper side in the formation of a wave 2 between the fib level 0.618 and the fib level 0.382, and I can mark that target area here on the charts like that. That is the minimum target area in the formation of a wave 2, which lies between the $0.029 mark and the $0.026 mark. And I'm expecting in the long term that we might see a very nice bounce to the upper side over here in the formation of a wave 2, and because a wave 2 is a corrective wave, I would also expect to see a corrective movement here on this chart. I would expect to see an ABC corrective movement, and we might have it here as the wave 1, the wave A. Then once we manage to break above the key area of resistance at around the $0.024 mark, make a new high, then have a retest of that key area of resistance, form the wave B, then continue pushing high in the formation of a wave C to get us into that red target area in the formation of a wave 2. And once that plays out and we see the formation of a wave 2, higher Elliot wave count 2, then we can expect another breakdown to the lower side in the formation of a wave 3, though we can be able to invalidate that movement to the lower side in the formation of that third wave in case in the movement to the upper side in the formation of a wave 2 we manage to break above the key area on the Fibonacci, that is the fib level 0.786 fib level. In case we manage to break above that key area on the Fibonacci and continue pushing higher, also manage to break above other key areas of resistances in between and make a new high above the high that we have at around the $0.03362 mark, then we can say that movement to the lower side in the formation of a 5-wave structure has been invalidated. Also viewing this chart, you can also see the formation of a head and shoulders pattern, and if I draw it out on the charts, we can have that as the left shoulder, then we have the head, then we have seen the formation of a neckline down there, then the right shoulder of that head and shoulders pattern has played out. Then whatever we are seeing down here is a bit of a consolidation, before we see a breakout out of that head and shoulders pattern. So there is a possibility, in case we see a decrease in volume here on the Vechain chart, and also a bear movement in the whole crypto market, it's possible that we might see a breakout out of this head and shoulders pattern. And this is a pattern that normally breaks to the lower side, having the target area of that breakout as the height between the head and the neckline. So using a trend line, we can get that height and place it down here to give us a minimum target area to the lower side, and that gives me a minimum target area back to around the $0.01187 mark. So in case we see a breakout out of whatever this consolidation that we are seeing over here, lose that key area of support, it's possible that Vechain might go back to around the $0.01 mark, and that would mean a new low could be coming our way. Also, getting to the short-term scenarios that can play out within this consolidation right here, we have been trading within a channel, and yesterday we managed to break out of the channel to the lower side, and lucky for Vechain that we got enough volume to help us pump back into that channel once more, and we are trading within the channel once more, and there's a possibility that we might continue pushing higher in case we continue seeing an increase in volume in the Vechain chart and also in the whole crypto market. And once that plays out, I would expect us to push back to the upper side of the channel, maybe even manage to break out of the channel to the upper side. And in case that plays out, we will also be able to manage to break above the key area of resistance at around the $0.024 mark. And once we break out of the channel to the upper side, I would expect a retest of the upper part of the channel before we continue pushing higher, and that movement might be the formation of a higher Elliot wave count too, and might take us into this red target area that I have drawn out here on the charts in the formation of a wave 2. It is also possible that in case we see a decrease in volume and also maybe a volatility that would be driving the market to the lower side, we might see a breakout once more out of the channel, and once that happens, maybe even see a retest, a successful retest of the lower side of the channel before we continue breaking down to the key area of support at around the $0.02 mark. And in case we lose that key area of support, then my head and shoulders pattern will be playing out, and the target area is back to around the $0.01 mark. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated. Also taking a look at the indicators here on the RSI. On the RSI, we are trading at around the 56 mark, and that means we have massive room for us to support any movement to the upper side. Also taking a look at the MACD, here on the MACD we have printed a bullish cross, and that would mean higher prices could be coming our way. But from the structure we have over here, soon we might be printing a bearish cross. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated.